In the far distant future of 1999, the world will meet its end. That is, unless these brave souls with the power of a time gate can undo the events that have caused this apocalypse to occur. So come join us on the couch as Zellia gets her first experience into the world of Chrono Trigger.
Hey, welcome back to the couch.
Welcome back, everyone.
All right, so left with the cliffhanger of...
Did we?
Yes, the cliffhanger of, is there more legendaries or are there more dragons in Pokemon? So, according to quick Google searches of how many legendaries are in Pokemon, I'm seeing according to a game rant from GameRant.com, it says fast forward 2 decades or so, however, there are now 77 legendaries.
Okay.
I did also a search of how many Pokemon are dragons. As of Generation 9, 75 Pokemon are dragon type. So there is only 2 more legendaries than there are dragons.
Okay. Shit.
So I was right. There are more legendaries than there are dragons.
Honestly, I expected a greater difference than that.
Same.
But at the same time, that
I'm
shocked
still right
me.
either way. That's all that matters.
Mm.
So, as we left off for here, though, as we were fighting dinosaurs that dragons, we got the Red Rock, and now we are back at the Ico Village with Mimi.
Your leave, Chrono. No fun for Mimi. Thanks, Mimi. I learned a lot from you.
Gosh, Beth, your voice just sounds so different today.
Shut up.
Sorry, Chrono. I try to be strong, just like Chrono.
Shut up. I'm chewing. Come again, Chrono. Party, eat, dance, fight, fun.
And yeah, now we leave Ayla behind.
Come again, Chrono. Marley and Luca too. No to the robot? Kitten would be sad.
It's whoever's in your party. I will say, when it comes to, like, for instance, Final Fantasy VII, playing Rebirth, I am loving, and I underline, loving, how they do the party system of, if they're not in your party, they're literally on the outskirts assisting the party. I find that frickin' fantastic. However, I will do a small complaint that I can't make them trade in and out at need be. Final Fantasy Final Fantasy X actually did that.
Yeah.
Did have a system where you could trade in your partner in a mid match.
Oh, that's fucking nice.
It was really nice. All right, so I want to go with 10 petals, and I'm gonna guess with the feather. I get a stone arm, which will be for Robo, so sure, we'll take it.
Do we have enough?
I have enough for at least this one more right here. Ruby gun.
We all know who that's going to.
Yep. I don't have enough for the others. I'm going to do a quick fight up in a different section to get some items. This way I can get them some equipment.
But no, oh, go ahead.
No, it was just that of, I'm going to do this. So.
But I think I definitely would have been, something tells me I definitely would have been a Final Fantasy fan if I didn't have a bad first experience or picked up the wrong game.
You definitely picked up the wrong game, I'll say that. I think the funny part is a thought of mine to do as a next title.
Yeah.
And I might do this with Jin, because me and him are still on a debate of what to play next. One I might suggest to him is Final Fantasy VI, which for us is Final Fantasy 3.
Okay. I was going to say, isn't his favorite in the series, it's 9. I thought it was 10.
No. 9 was his favorite. He claims I did play a little bit and didn't like it. I was like, I really don't remember. I think more the problem was I probably got distracted.
Yeah. I can see it more being that.
And was wanting to do something else.
Yeah. I'm just looking to see what it looks like. Final Fantasy 9.
It's got the lead character who is more or less a cat boy.
Cat boy. Well, let me see.
If Jen hears this, he'll definitely give me so much shit for that.
Oh. He kind of does look like a cat boy. It has Vivi in it, too.
Yes. Vivi, the greatest black magician of all time.
Well, the only reason why I pretty much know Vivi, funny enough, is from Kingdom Hearts.
Was Vivi?
He was in Kingdom Hearts.
Where was Vivi in Kingdom Hearts?
He was in Kingdom Hearts 2.
I know 2 had a lot more Final Fantasy influence, but I do not remember Vivi.
Let me
remember.
look.
Let me this way. Obviously, Cloud and the 7 crew for Cloud, Tifa, Sephiroth. The FF10 girls were the more or less stupid fairies. In 2. I don't remember Vivi at all. No, I don't remember Vivi being in there.
Yeah, he was in there. So when you're Roxas in the beginning, you do meet him when you're playing as Roxas.
Oh, because it was a Roxas only situation?
Yep,
That's
only Roxas.
Why.
Yeah. So, and it's funny for me to see a couple of Final Fantasy characters in here. Like you mentioned Emo Boy.
Squall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will forever mention him as Emo Boy thanks to you because I'm like...
Frickin' is.
Emo Boy. I'm like, I don't know his actual name.
Squall.
I just know you mentioned him as Emo Boy, so I will forever dub him as
The part that
Emo.
makes it worse for him is why I also make that joke. Oh,
What?
wow, I actually got him right away. Is that he also has a scar right across his face, so it just fits super well for emo.
Yeah. So how come you don't like Final Fantasy Lightning though? That's
13?
Yeah, I keep forgetting.
I hate the play style.
What's it? How does it play?
It does have a bit of this.
So turn-based?
Ish is the best way to word that. It has ish turn-based. It does. This also will be an ish turn-based because it's an action turn-based with what's going up top.
All right.
However, on its action turn-based, oh, that's right. This is how you work. Come on.
Wait, it's sleeping and...
No. Oh, yes, it's sleeping. Sorry.
So it's Snorlax.
No, it's just gimmick.
Oh, okay.
It's idle animation at this point.
I see. Okay. Definitely took a chunk out of her life, didn't he?
He knocked her down to 1. That's what he does. He's the gimmick of I'm going to hit you down to 1. Got it.
So why did you need him? Because
he can give a lot of good items.
Okay. Oh.
You strong. Yeah, take. And gets through everything.
Nice. Okay.
You plenty strong. Third eye.
Got a third eye. Third eye chakras.
I can't remember if... I think that's best for Marley.
But anyway, continue on with the your lightning rant.
The biggest problem I have with 13, besides that it is a action base, you watch your characters move around, and you have no influence on that, and you have to go. When you call action is when they'll go for it. And that more irritates me of, I can't control their movement. I don't mind the action turn base where I call out their action.
Yeah.
But once I call out their action, they will not automatically go do it. And so the biggest gripe I've had with it has been where... Oh, yeah, that's right.
I'll definitely need a video demonstration of like exactly what.
Well, hang on. Back to my gripe. Where I had Lightning fighting a boss fight itself, and I told her to attack, so she went straight for the creature doing an attack. Mind you, she was already kind of going on the side of the monster, or side of the beast, whatever was attacking. She got on the side of it, and he did basically a Kamehameha, and she went point blank into it, like face first into it.
Oh God! You want me to attack? Yeah, but I'll also throw myself into the beam.
Yeah, so that's why.
Holy shit.
That is why I have so much hatred for that game.
Oh. It sounds like you can control them, but then you can't.
You can't control their movements. You can only control attack, and you also have to more or less change their fighting style, to where they're either. Or no, I don't think you even control their attacks, really. They do their own attacks. You choose their fighting style, whether they're offensive, defensive, projectile. Like, you do that type of stuff. You influence the fight.
Interesting.
And I hate that. Crap.
Rabbit.
I know our buddy Grim actually loved, I think it's Final Fantasy 11, which was the same type of thing where you are influencing what they do, but they do it themselves.
Oh.
And I can't stand that. Either let me control the party. I honestly think that's... I could be wrong from what I've seen with Xenogears, or the Xenosaga series.
Yeah.
But I believe it plays the same style, and I hate that.
Ooh. Yeah. Damn. Well...
Again, I could be wrong, and it was just how I saw it.
Well, it's just more of, I know there was, like, I know Grim mentioned that he liked it, but then you, right off the bat, said you didn't like it.
Yeah.
And
13, yeah.
Yeah, and it's one of those, I know you explained it before, but it's just I couldn't remember what exactly it was. I couldn't remember if it was the gameplay or it was the fighting style. I couldn't remember.
I'll do my best if I can to bring up at least a picture, if not a GIF, while we're talking here to show people of what more or less complaints I have. Fang and Feather gets me a Ruby Vest. I'll take that.
Yeah, no, I know with everyone, when it comes to video games, they're going to have like a certain gripe of some kind when it comes to like at least one video game, if not more than that. So
I mean, you got to find what fits for you, what works for you. I know, for instance, like I love Terraria. I have 3 different versions of Terraria I have in my collection.
Oh wow, I haven't noticed that.
But I know for you,
you
did not really get into it at first, and then after a while, you're kind of like, actually, I have an itch for this. This game's kind of fun.
Yeah. It's one of those. I feel like you have to be in that certain moment where it's like, I'm not saying certain setting, but that's perhaps the best way to describe it. Like if it's like fall, summer, spring, whatever, rocks your boat, you're in the mood for like a certain something, like to more satisfy that itch of like, I want to play a video game, but this is it's zone in on a particular genre of that type of video game. And then after when you pick that video game up, you realize, oh, it satisfies that itch. But if it doesn't, then you keep going until you actually find that one game where it's like calling to you like, oh, this is perfect. This is exactly what I've been wanting to play at this particular point, this particular moment. And I think that's why when it comes to Souls games, sometimes it's one of those like, it doesn't matter on the season. It just matters on like the time of day. Like, you know, I have to be in that state of mind where it's like I'm bored with reading and I want to pick up a certain video game, but I want it to be challenging as fuck. I don't want it to be chilled. Now, if I want it to be chill, I'll definitely pick up Coral Islands and start farming and shit.
Wow.
But there is that once in a while itch where it's like, I just want something challenging. And funny enough, when it came to Bloodborne, I did find it challenging, but not super challenging as I thought. And like I've mentioned before, I don't know if it's because I played Lies of P and Dark Souls 3 and it just more or less prepared me for that mindset of like, okay, this is Bloodborne. Then Dark Souls 3, they were made by the same creators, so I wonder if it's going to have the same sort of gimmick with certain enemies in here. Now, not all the enemies that you encounter in Bloodborne match what you encounter in Dark Souls 3, but you kind of notice like a pattern of like certain enemies where it's like, oh, this reminds me of this enemy that I faced off in Dark Souls 3, so it's like...
When it comes to any Souls and Souls-like, they all do have the same gimmicks, if you will. Mm-hmm. And that's just how those games play. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's all I need. And yes, once you start getting, because that's also one thing, you didn't like Souls-likes at first.
No.
Because, again, with like Bloodborne, you didn't get past the Cleric Beast.
Mm-mm.
You got to the Cleric Beast, got yourself stomped into the ground several times over, and then said, I don't want to play this game ever again.
Yep.
And then after a while, you picked it back up and you put it in the ground.
Yeah.
I don't remember what was your itch to try and beat a Dark Souls, but I do know, I think, if I remember correctly, Dark Souls 3 was your first to beat.
It was. And I think the reason why I just got into that itch of Dark Souls is because I've not only watched you, but like certain YouTubers like do Dark Souls games, and it's just one of those like, I love the challenge. I love how you can build certain characters, and it's like, I love, like, you can be a mage, or you can be someone who's a fucking big tank, or someone who is very, like, nimble and fast. And it's just one of those, that's what kind of catches my attention with Souls-like games. It's like, if you want, like, a certain build, fuck it, you can. It can't, but I've noticed, and I think I tried to do this a lot in Dark Souls 3, which is why I didn't pass it easily as much as you did, because you focused primarily on strength.
Well, on the Souls 3 replay, I did.
Yeah.
Because I have played 3 before.
Yeah.
And the best way to say is I watched you play 3. Mm-hmm. So it was one of those, I don't want to see the same thing over and over again. I'll just go with the other, because my end is I either go pure speed or I go pure power. That is my typical thing to do. I always favor speed over power.
Yeah.
And you were kind of favoring speed and decided to go the more nimble style route, which there's nothing wrong with that. That was just what your build was.
Yeah.
I didn't want to do a rinse repeat of what I saw, so I was like, I'll play Mr. Bonk, and I will bonk with the biggest hammer that I can find.
Yeah. Well, it's...
Good.
I was gonna say, I did also like a speed and somewhat of a strength build, so I did kind of go back and forth between the two. But I think that's what you have to be careful with when it comes to certain Bloodborne games, is because if you try to do that neutral route of like you want to be an all-rounder with your abilities, you can't do that.
No, you can.
Well, you can, but it's going to be harder.
Yes, but it's one of those... you gotta find what works for you, because there are some weapons that will work as a balanced weapon.
Yeah.
But yes, the ones that specialize, if you focus on the specialized, you will have a easier time. Mm-hmm. Whether it's the specialized on speed, specialized on power, specialized on magic.
Yeah.
It's typically, if you go with the specialized, you will have a usual easier time.
Yeah, and that's what I mean. It's like, I feel like with Souls, it's like, I love it how you can pick just that one special trait of like either going full on strength, speed, or fuck it, health, magic, it doesn't matter. If you focus on either one of those, then it's like you come to find that with this certain build, you have like certain abilities that are pretty damn awesome. And I think that's what Dark Souls 3 taught me before jumping into Bloodborne. Is one of those like, well, I no longer want to be in that neutral route, because it's one of those that helped, but it also didn't help me. So like, I will say, when it came to Bloodborne though, there were times when I thought of putting my souls or blood echoes towards strength, but I mainly did agility.
Bloodborne is definitely favors over agility over power anyway, because of the how their parry system is.
Yeah.
because you want a faster swing than you want a stronger swing, but there are ways to do stronger.
Yeah.
Oh, you found some dreamstone? Then I'll repair the Masamune.
Masamune.
How on earth did you get the Masamune and the dreamstone? No, don't tell me. I don't think my heart could take it.
Well,
It'll take a little while to fix this.
considering how old he is, he definitely couldn't. I'll lend a hand. And we'll follow.
Yeah, by the store we're supposed to watch.
Mm-hmm. But no, I do like strength, but perhaps not as I don't favor as much as agility. How are you going to fix it? Just let him
No,
fix it.
they will say different things at certain different times. To repair the Masamune, we must process the dreamstone and activate the soul. You work on the dreamstone, and I'll work on the soul.
Okay, leave it to Luca. Well, I kind of read
Luca
the
the
last part.
Great.
Gonna be mighty what?
Mighty busy.
You keep fucking.
To energize the soul, we must first rejuvenate the broken soul. There we go.
And there she goes. Double, boiling trouble. Fire in the cauldron, boiling bubble.
Pretty much. Alright, it's done. Now bring me the dreamstone.
I'm done here too.
Alright, let's get started.
There's only one version of that song that I absolutely loved and played it a lot in high school, and that was Harry Potter.
What?
The double, boiling trouble.
Oh. Sorry to keep you waiting.
It's so shiny.
Take a good look. This is the Masamune.
Awesome! What a weapon!
Well, I think that's everything. Okay, Chrono.
Let's take the Masamune to Frog.
Okay, I thought, because I saw his mouth going, I thought it was still him.
No, that's fair. I totally understand why you would get confused by that. Alright,
Can you
I
get-
shall return.
Yeah, I was going to say, one pooch is super pacing, and I can't tell it's because she needs to go out or she found something. The way she's acting, I think she found something. All right, well, we're back.
And yeah.
Doggy doing doggy business. All right, so now we got the sword.
We're supposed to bring that back to Frog, aren't we?
Correct. However,
To...
I want my robot friend.
Bring along kitten. You know, we didn't have Mimi for very long as a party member.
No, we did not.
I don't know if we'll see her again, but it's just more of like, you know, we didn't really have her for very long. Only reason why I mention it like that is because...
Because by technicality, we didn't have Frog in our party for very long either.
No, that's true.
I believe this is the 600? Nope.
Nope. Wrong one.
Is this the 600?
Nope.
That's the future.
God. No.
Nope. Well, it's got to be this one then. There we go.
Is it this one?
I know. I think I was trying to get at this before of like with Chrono Break, Chrono Resurrection.
Yeah.
I would love with Final Fantasy VII Remake and Rebirth to have Chrono Trigger remade in that style.
Oh, damn.
And
that would be spiffy.
Especially with the dual tech system that they've done. The story works so well.
Yeah.
And Chrono Trigger is definitely as milked as Final Fantasy VII to me is. Chrono Cross, which there are, I will say, you know a little of Chrono Trigger, a little of Chrono Cross. And obviously by Chrono Trigger, you know that the hero is going to save the day at the end.
Yeah.
That's quite obvious.
Yeah.
However, the part that's interesting is Chrono Cross actually takes place. I'm gonna roughly say a couple, like 30 years after the main timeline. So we're in 1080 or whatever.
Yeah.
And I could be wrong on the timeline where. It actually might only be 10 years. Either way, the big thing with Chrono Cross and Chrono Trigger is Trigger runs through time. Cross runs through timelines, where you have one timeline of where the events of the party take place, and the other where they did not.
Yeah,
because for it to happen, for them to they have to have one timeline where things do go wrong and one timeline where things go right.
Yeah.
Kiss me again. Oh, kiss me again. The sword. This is the Masaroon.
I don't remember how I did Frog's voice. I was doing decent with it before.
I think that's how you did it. I'm not sure.
We must ponder the turn events. Remaineth the night.
You okay?
But the party knew to actually save the world, they had to let one world die. And interestingly enough, in one of the worlds, there's actually ancient dragons. And you know what the ancient dragons actually are? The evolution of the reptites.
Of the what?
The reptites.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, damn. So I guess Azala was right after all.
That's what makes it interesting. Here we go. It's on you.
Is it? Is it Lene?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the queen.
Cyrus, are you leaving?
Yes, it's time we took back the medal from the Frog King. And I'd like to see that mythical sword for myself. But Cyrus, the kingdom needs you. And Lene and I need you. You must return to us. As long as there's a life in these bones, I shall return. By your leave.
Wait, why is he going after the frog?
Just let the story unfold.
Sir Cyrus!
It's the Frog King who he's after.
We, the Knights of the Square Table, wish you a safe journey. Listen well, my friends. I now entrust the safety of the kingdom to you. Pardon the delay. Shall we be off?
Glenn, you be careful too.
Be of sound health, Your Majesty.
Hello.
As you see, Glenn and Cyrus, of course, taking down the. I guess Gorgons would be that.
I think
What that
that
would be considered.
yeah, I think that would be correct.
So you want the badge of courage, dear Knight of the Kingdom? Well, come and take it if you can.
Prepare yourself, Pollywog, and guard!
I was gonna say if he says Poliwag, I will be like, he's not that Pokemon.
Nirvana strike!
How dare you pick on a helpless amphibian? Filthy metal! I won't forget this.
Interesting.
Hey, well, Glenn.
Cyrus, the sword! The Masamu!
Oh wait, I think I know what's happening now.
Is that the best you can do? Without your sword, you're nothing.
Oh, you haven't beaten me yet. Cyrus, I'm a con.
Glenn, escape while I keep them at bay.
But...
If you stay, they'll get us both. Go on, Glenn.
You better worry more about yourself, Cyrus.
Come on, Glenn, go!
Bitch slap.
Shit.
Cyrus! Run, Glenn. The Queen. Take care of Lene.
Yeah, now I know. Now I think I know who Frog is.
Cyrus! Cyrus!
What's the matter? Aren't you going to try your luck? Got your tongue, kid. How about it, Burgess? Can't you give him a more fitting form? Alright, why not? There's always time for a little fun.
Yep.
Sad part is I actually called Frog Glenn before. I'm so glad you forgot about that.
Whoops. You must have mentioned him being Glenn early. Yes. So that's where it's like, well, shit.
10 years have passed. Can I do it? Can I change? I've changed so much. Alas, poor Cyrus. Yeah, he only talks like a frog when public around. Although he talks perfectly normal.
Wait, he's all by himself. He's a normal human voice.
See, my thought is he's more saying that to himself mentally. So he's not talking in frog when he's talking to himself.
That's fair.
Thou may fail. Let us go to Magus's lair. Thou knowest his power.
Nothing can beat science.
We must do it to save our future.
Actually, I'm going to save that one for later.
What?
As there are dual techs, there are triple techs. And you can actually get a triple tech with, the earliest triple tech you can get is with Kitten, Frog, and Chrono.
Oh.
I'm going to try and get to it first. Once I get it, then I'm going to trade out for the girls.
There you go. I was going to say, now, we watched a video in regards, like, yesterday, in regards to, like, the whole Zelda,
the movie?
Yeah. Of that possibly being announced.
No, the movie hasn't been announced. The movie's official.
Well, no. Like, as in, like, release date and what's been going on so far.
Yeah, and that also has had an official release date and also official delay. I think the delay actually got pushed back because of a different movie, if I remember correctly. But I'm going to pause you on that because the game deserves respect and deserves its admiration for what is about to occur.
Okay.
Come on.
I was going to say, what's going on?
Okay, I forgot. It is this part of the cutscene goes first.
Okay.
Hey, you! It's Cyrus from your lives! Thanks, Cyrus. Glad there are times when people simply have to grit their teeth. It hurts when I get hit. You're a marshmallow, Glenn.
Well, now, come on, he's just a kid.
But it's more proving that he's not a fighter. It's
so he's Gohan.
A bit. Gohan is the more pure pacifist. Glenn he'll fight for a noble cause, but he doesn't really want to fight.
That still gives me Gohan feels.
No, Gohan pretty much refused to fight until he was literally put against the wall. Glenn will fight for right things. He'll fight for the noble, to protect the king, protect the queen, all that.
Yeah.
He will fight with a noble cause, but not for a pointless cause.
Yeah, I understand that.
So, yeah. Hey Glenn, I was thinking about becoming a knight. I know you're going to enlist. You'll make a great warrior. Why don't you join?
Why don't you join too?
Close enough. I don't think I'd make the cut.
But why? You're better with a sword than I am.
I don't know. I think I'd really lose it if I had to hurt someone. Listen, he's not. It's because as well with how Glenn is here, or he's part of the party. He has done the right thing to help and save. It could be that he's been pushed to the edge, pushed over, and now he will fight. It could be that.
Could be.
But as well, if he, as Cyrus and Glenn were just commenting there of how Glenn is a better swordsman than Cyrus, that means Glenn has fought. Glenn does fight.
Yeah.
Glenn has skill. He just chooses not to. But as well, I will give Gohan defense of he got pushed into a fight at the age of 5.
Fair enough. Yeah, no, that
There's a
just made me
whole
pissed
difference.
off.
Yeah, there's a whole difference there.
Yeah.
That gets a little messy. So, when I played this original again, all Super Nintendo, I didn't get this cool ass cutscene we're about to see.
Because you weren't sure where to go?
No, I didn't get this cool ass cutscene because this is on the PlayStation and DS. This was not the one that we're about to see soon. Was not on the Super Nintendo.
Oh, okay.
So that cutscene that tells the story, that was part of the original.
Okay.
Anytime you see the sprites, that's part of the original.
Okay.
My name is Glenn, Cyrus hopes and dreams, and now the Masamoon. With I shall slay Magus and restore his honor. This scene I freaking love. Mainly because I love seeing Frog animated.
He does look really good animated like this.
The music is so freaking fitting. Oh wow, I have the music kind of blaring because I wanted to pump it up.
Whoops. That will happen.
Yeah, my admiration was too high.
I mean, you're allowed to get excited over certain video cutscenes, so everyone is.
Skyward Sword, eat your heart out.
Pretty much.
Because this is badass.
And he splits it in two.
Freaking love Frog.
And Chrono is just standing there like, this is a normal day.
Yeah. So, that whole cutscene was on the Super Nintendo. You just get to see it this way. It's still cool this way.
Yeah.
But when you get to see it from when you played it as a Super Nintendo, so you're only seeing the pixel graphics. Granted, the load here is not as long as it was on the Super Nintendo. It's still badass.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. His sword is so strong that it's slowing down the game. There we go. That's causing the holy light to go straight up and screw this mountain.
I hate the smell. Fuck it.
Yeah. Frickin' love it.
Aren't they supposed to be remaking Chrono?
No.
No?
Nothing has been official about them remaking it.
I thought there was going to be like...
There's rumors.
Okay.
It's
just
hurtful
a rumor.
rumors. There are rumors upon rumors.
Oh.
And it's one of those, it's hard to tell if it's true rumors or troll rumors or fan rumors kind of thing.
Well, that's not
No,
cool.
it hurts because I
Yeah.
want this game.
And then they just die. They all die from that one attack.
Alright, now I got Blade Toss. Oh, there it is. Triple raid. Got it right away.
And now you can swap for the ladies if you wish.
Yeah.
Be that magic of you use. I have heard mythical wield it now. Travel the end of time. You may gain the use of magic.
Which I am actually going to go do.
Yeah. Wait, are we even close to a spot for that? I don't think we are.
I can do a run back.
Well, if you want to, we can.
Yeah. I think we'll call it here for this episode. We'll return to this spot
Okay.
with Frog having his magic. So, yeah, we'll go with that.
All right, sounds good. See you guys.
Later, all. No.